Hey everybody, it's David Bradley here, training facilitator and coach with Grant Cardone. It's Wednesday, and what happens on Wednesday? Well, we do the Wednesday word on Wednesdays. What's the Wednesday word, Dave? Hey, great question, glad you asked. The Wednesday word, I'm going to crack open the dictionary, I'm going to pull out success-themed words about success. I've got about 181 of them, maybe a little bit more at this point. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the definition of the word, we're going to look at the history of the word, and we're going to look at what can we do with this word. Like, what can we do with it? How do we plug it into your sales and your business and your life and get some results from it? Now, the reason I'm doing this is that one of the first lessons I learned from Grant Cardone is that selling is a conversation. Power comes from the words that you use. So it's very important that we're understanding the words that we use, what power is in these words, where they came from, and then, as I mentioned, how to plug those into our sales and our business and our life. So let us get into today's word, because today's word, right in the kisser, today's word is fight. Okay, it's a verb. It's something that you do. And so you may be thinking, hey, what could this word possibly have to do with success? You may already have an answer to this, right? You may have some ideas on how fight is success related. And then there's a question that I'm going to have for you at the end of this episode, that regardless of what your answer is now, you have to know fully, completely, and without hesitation your answer to the question I'm going to ask at the end. So what does that mean? It means stay to the end. Okay. So let's get into the definition of fight. Take part in a violent struggle involving the exchange of physical blows or the use of weapons. Okay? To engage in a war or battle, quarrel or argue, struggle to put out like a fire, especially a big one. Okay? Endure vigorously to win, such as an election or another contest. Campaign determinedly. Is that even a word? Yeah, it has to be. It was in the dictionary. Campaign determinedly. That's hard to say. For or against something, especially to put right what one considers unfair or unjust. Okay? Struggle or campaign against something. Attempt to repress a feeling or an expression of a feeling or an urge. Like I fought alcohol addiction. I fought nicotine addiction, right? It was a fight. Take part in a boxing match, or MMA. Move forward with difficulty, especially by pushing through a crowd or overcoming physical obstacles. Command, manage, or maneuver troops, a ship, military equipment in battle. Okay, so I bet we dropped some sentences, right? The men were fighting. She didn't want to fight with her mother all the time. 2 fire trucks raced to the scene to fight the blaze. The pilot program is a step forward in fighting corporate crime. I will fight for more equitable laws. She had to fight back tears of frustration. She watched him fight his way across the room. Okay? Now, the etymology of fight, it's an Old English term, meaning to combat, contend with weapons, strive, attack, gain by fighting, win. Okay? Then there's some originations from German, Dutch, the original pie root. Remember I talked about pie roots before? That means to comb or to pluck out wool or hair. Okay? So in Lithuanian, that's where that initially came from. Fight meant to pluck. And then in Greek, you go way back. Pekin, meaning to comb or shear, fleece, wool. Okay? And then when you get Latin, pectari, which is origin for fight, comes in meaning to comb. Like you go through something, right? See how that originates, which I thought was really interesting. Sanskrit had some influence on this word, where the notion would be like pulling roughly, like tearing one's hair out. You're frustrated. Okay? And then the source, there's also another source, pugnus, meaning fist, which is also an originating term for pugilism. Oh, yeah. So, what's the action idea? What you going to do with this word? Today's episode is going to be short. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be to the point. The action idea. It's just a question. The word is fight. So the question I have for you is this. Are you fighting? And for what? Why? Why are you fighting? And more importantly, if you're not, why not? And then the final piece of encouragement for you, if you're not, is this. Get in the fight. So just to recap, because this is it, man. This is the Wednesday word. The word's fight, okay? We know what it means. We know where it came from. What are you? Are you fighting? What are you fighting for? Do you know? Is it big enough? Are you willing to, as the definition said, move forward with difficulty, especially by pushing through? Campaign determinedly for or against something. Put right what is considered unfair or unjust. Struggle. Okay? What are you fighting for? So this reminds me actually of a quote from Grant's book, The 10X Rule. Okay? As long as you are alive, you will either work to accomplish your goals and dreams or be used as a resource to accomplish somebody else's. Okay? So think about it. Who and what are you fighting for? This has been your Wednesday Word. I am your host of the Wednesday Word. My name is David Bradley. Thank you so much for listening. If you're getting something out of this, please make sure you've subscribed and that you're sharing it out. And I will leave you with the words of Uncle G, which is this. Be great. Nothing else pays. Go get in the fight.